What's going on, everybody? Before we get this video started, I thought it would be important to note that this is the type of thing that we would normally make a members-only piece of content, but I figured that since this is such a big project, it's important that you guys know that I'm working on it, and many of you have asked for it in the past. I even ran a community poll that you'll be seeing on your screen now. Yes, Davis, I'm going to force you to put that up in the editing, that asks you guys what long-form video you'd like to see next on this channel, and you guys overwhelmingly said the EF5 drought story. Now, this video is not going to be typical, me ranting, why has there not been an EF5? This is going to be taking a deep and serious dive into the topic, discussing whether or not there should have been one by now, and critiquing the National Weather Service's decisions, not saying they're dumb, because they're definitely not, but saying that, hey, maybe this should have happened and it hasn't yet, and also answering why. So, anyway, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Here's the trailer for my largest video project ever. Allow me to paint the picture. It's late May and you and your buddies drive out to the mountains of eastern Colorado. It starts out as an awesome road trip, but something seems off. You're just east of Colorado Springs along Highway 94 and you notice something weird. A dip in the clouds starts to develop, rotating quickly, and it's getting closer to the surface by the second. You get off the road and out of your car to take a better look at what's happening, and the funnel continues to get lower and lower, until eventually, something unbelievable happens. You notice the funnel is now entirely touching the ground, kicking up dirt and grass dozens of feet up into the air, and it's getting closer and closer to you, and then, it lifts. You've just witnessed nature's most terrifying phenomena, a tornado, but in its weakest form. These are what we in the weather community refer to as EFU tornadoes, standing for EF unknown, because they're so weak and cause such little damage it's impossible to estimate that the wind speeds associated with it were anything significant. Now this already seemed like a pretty scary and interesting experience, right? Well, it only gets severely more crazy from here. You see, in 1971, Ted Fujita created a scale to rate tornadoes' intensity based off of the damage that they cause. This is commonly referred to as the F scale. However, in 2007, National Weather Service meteorologists realized that the scale was outdated, somewhat scuffed, and overall not the best way to rate tornadoes with the technology that they had today. For this reason, a group of engineers and National Weather Service meteorologists would introduce a new method of determining a tornado's intensity, and in honor of Ted Fujita's legacy, they decided to name it the Enhanced Fujita Scale. Now, some tornadoes, like the one described at the beginning of the video, are extremely weak and will likely either get an EFU or an EF0 rating if they're lucky. But some tornadoes are much stronger and have the power to destroy mobile homes, snap trees and power lines, and roll cars. These tornadoes will typically receive an EF1 or an EF2 rating. But some of the most violent tornadoes can completely shred well-built homes, destroy cities, and leave hundreds dead. These tornadoes typically receive the highest level of rating National Weather Service meteorologists and damage surveyors can possibly issue, the EF5 rating. There have officially been 10 EF5 tornadoes since the scale was introduced back in 2007. However, there hasn't been a single one since 2013. But there have been dozens of tornadoes since then that have completely shredded well-built homes, destroyed cities, and left dozens dead and hundreds injured. So why have these tornadoes not received an EF5 rating? Is it simply because they haven't caused enough damage to warrant the title? Have they just been extremely close to it and not quite at that level? Or is there something more to it? Are National Weather Service meteorologists purposely underrating tornadoes? Do they simply just not want to give a tornado that tag anymore? And if any of these things are the case, why are we not getting an explanation? Well, in this video, we'll be taking a deeper dive into the topic, discussing the controversy surrounding the current EF scale, tornadoes in recent history that may have deserved the EF tag, and attempting to get an answer to every single question surrounding this mystery. This is the story of the EF5 tornado drought. Enjoy.